Imagine a tiny island nation, smaller than New York City, but it's the wealthiest country in Asia and one of the richest in the world. This is Singapore. Over the last 60 years, Singapore has transformed from a colonial trading port into a bustling financial center. Today, its GDP per capita surpasses that of the UK, US, France, and many other developed countries. When Singapore gained independence in 1965, it faced significant challenges. The first Prime Minister, Kuan, and his team knew they had to address the economic problems head-on. Singapore had no natural resources. To build a strong economy, they needed to attract foreign investment and develop an export-led economy. Singapore's strategic location near key shipping routes like the Strait of Malacca, the Indian Ocean, and the South China Sea gave it a unique advantage. The leaders began by transforming Singapore into a manufacturing hub. They focused on labor-intensive industries to combat high unemployment rates. Factories sprang up, providing jobs and stimulating the economy. But Lee Kuan Yew saw manufacturing as just the beginning. He understood the need for a solid foundation to support long-term growth. This meant establishing a robust financial and legal system, ensuring a stable government, and building efficient public transport and world-class healthcare. These efforts created an environment conducive to business and innovation. In the 1980s, Lee shifted the focus to the financial sector. Following the examples of financial hubs like the US and UK, Singapore liberalized its financial services industry. Regulations were relaxed, attracting banks and financial institutions from around the world. Today, the legacy of this approach is evident. Singapore is home to 4,200 multinational companies with regional headquarters in the city-state. A major draw for these companies is Singapore's low corporate tax rate of 17%, which can be reduced to 13.5% or lower for certain activities. Lee's successor, Goh Chok Tong, continued to push for economic transformation. He emphasized the need for a knowledge-based economy, one that relied on creativity and entrepreneurship. This shift was crucial in keeping Singapore competitive in a rapidly changing global market. In 2004, Lee Hsien Loong, Lee Kuan Yew's eldest son, took over as Prime Minister. He realized that to maintain the flow of businesses and wealth, Singapore had to be an attractive place to live. The country embarked on ambitious land reclamation projects in the 1970s, creating new land for development. Over the years, this reclaimed land was transformed into not just office spaces and apartment buildings, but also entertainment hubs. The city skyline changed dramatically, making Singapore a vibrant and appealing place. One notable example of this transformation was the introduction of the F1 night race, which brought global attention to Singapore. The government also welcomed casinos or integrated resorts, recognizing their potential to attract tourists and boost the economy. The timing was perfect, as the Chinese and Indian economies were booming. Singapore's location made it an ideal destination for the region's ultra-wealthy, who could enjoy the casinos and nightlife while also investing their money in the city. These efforts paid off. The total value of assets under management in Singapore skyrocketed from $420 billion at the start of Lee Hsien Loong's tenure to $3.6 trillion in 2022. However, Singapore's success came with criticisms. The government faced accusations of restricting civil liberties and maintaining tight control over the media. Freedom of the press was often subordinated to the needs of national integrity. Protests remained largely illegal, and the government kept a tight grip on power. As Singapore's population became more diverse and vocal, the government had to adapt. The new Prime Minister, Lawrence Wong, who grew up in public housing, earned praise for his leadership during the COVID-19 pandemic. Seen as having a common man's touch, Wong's task is to build on Singapore's success while addressing new challenges. Rising housing prices and the cost of living have become significant issues. The influx of foreign labor, essential for Singapore's growth, has raised concerns among citizens about job competition. Additionally, an aging population puts pressure on the workforce and government spending. Wong's job is to ensure Singapore remains competitive in the global market. This includes managing the discontent among residents and guiding Singapore's continued evolution into a tech hub. Climate change is another emerging threat that Singapore must address to secure its future. So, Singapore's journey to wealth is a story of strategic planning, leveraging its location, and continuously evolving its economy. Now, as it faces new challenges, the question is whether it can sustain its success with changing leadership. By learning from Singapore's example, we can understand the importance of vision, adaptability, and continuous improvement in building a prosperous nation.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Watch more videos by clicking on this video right over here.